We've been doing a series on 16 verses removed from the Bible. We are on verse 11. Today we're in John 5:4. These verses are removed from most modern versions of the Bible like the NIV. However, I got old versions along with the NIV, so we're going to check out what's missing.
We're in John 5, and if you see here, it goes from 3 and jumps to 5.
So we're talking about the healing at the pool. And this is when Jesus heals someone on the Sabbath, and the Pharisees are trying to catch him up. Because you're not allowed to heal people on the Sabbath. God forbid. It's against the law. So the pool was located in a place called Bethesda. And this is directly north of Salt Lake City, Utah. If you haven't seen my video on America being ancient Babylon, you should check it out. It's very much the truth. We've been lied to for a very long time.
Now let's get into it. Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for the feast of the... Now there is in Jerusalem near the sheep gate a pool which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie, the blind, the lame, the paralyzed.
Number 4, what's missing?
For an angel went down at certain seasons into the pool and troubled the waters. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had.
Here's another version.
For at intervals, an angel descended into the pool and stirred the water. Whosoever got in first after the agitation of the pool enjoyed healing, no matter what ailment he suffered. Here's another one. For an angel of the Lord came from time to time and disturbed the waters, and the first person to step down into it afterward was healed.
So we're talking about a full-on angel, some sort of angelic creature, being, thingy, goes in, stirs the waters, and then people are healed after entering. But check it out, that's removed.
So, angel goes in, stirs waters, boom. One who was there had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him,
"Do you want to get well?" He asked him. Like, of course, bro. What do you mean? I guess it requires true desire. Like, do you really want to get well? Are you sure you want this, buddy? Because he's going to ask for more later.
I have no one to help me get into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me. Then Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." At once the man was cured, and he picked up his mat and walked. The day on which this took place was a Sabbath. And so said to the man who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry your mat." But he replied, "The man who made me well said to me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" So they asked him, "Who is this fellow who told you to pick up and walk?" The man who was healed had no idea who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Jesus found him at the temple and said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you."
Ooh, change your ways, buddy. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So they just happened to remove the whole part that said an angel would go and stir the waters. How did it make it in one version and then it just magically disappears? You look at the cliff notes, it's like, these weren't in earlier manuscripts. That's one heck of a thing to just make out of thin air. So this is verse 11 of our 16-part series of verses that have been removed from the Bible.